Hello students. So from today your online classes are being started and I shall be discussing your maths. So first you will take out your books and your copies. Let us discuss the syllabus first, then we will continue with the first chapter. Okay. So you can pause the video, you can take out your books, you can take out contents, page of contents, then you can look the first unit. We are going to discuss about number system. A number system means first we are going to study rational numbers, then exponents, then squares and square roots, then cubes and cube roots. Okay. Then second unit, different algebraic expressions we'll study, and factorization, and also we'll study to solve linear equations. Okay, linear equations of algebraic expressions. Then in the third unit, ratio and proportion, you have studied in class 7. Some similar chapters are there, like percentage and its applications. Okay, the compound interest we are going to study. You have studied simple interest in class 7, I think. Then variation and direct and inverse proportion will study. Time and work will study. So these are important chapters. Then different geometry chapters are also given, like quadrilaterals, parallelograms, constructions of quadrilaterals, and visualizing solid shapes. Okay. Then unit 5, mensuration, we are going to study. In mensuration we are going to study about how to find the area of a trapezium and a polygon, and also volume and surface area of solids. Okay, different types of solids will be given. So in last unit it is that data handling. Data handling means statistics, graphs, their representation of data, probability, and some playing with numbers. Okay, so first we are going to start your first chapter, that is rational numbers. And you are going to take out your copies, you will take notes wherever necessary. See, so today we are going to discuss about rational numbers, then positive and negative rational numbers, then how to find equivalent rational numbers, and also how to reduce a rational number to its standard form. Okay, whole numbers and integers, these are for your previous knowledge, you have already studied those. See, first let us study about what are rational numbers. See, I have written here W. W means what? W means whole numbers, yes or no? Consider the number line. Let us study from the number line. Okay. Suppose this is a number line I have drawn here, 0. Then positive numbers we will write in the right hand side, yes or no? And negative numbers we are going to write in the left hand side, and so on. Those will go on. These will go on, and this side also it will go on. Okay. So from 1 and so on, those are known as natural numbers, yes or no? N. And on the left hand side, those we have written, those are negative of the natural numbers. Okay, negative, so I have written as minus n. Negative means, see, 1 is a natural numbers, so minus 1 is the negative of natural number 1. Okay, 2 is another natural number, then minus 2 is the negative of natural number 2. Understood? Now if we consider the set from 0, 0 and so on to the positive side, so those are known as whole numbers, and whole numbers are written by W. Yes or no? So I have written here whole numbers is equal to set of 0 and all natural numbers. Understood? That means up to infinity. Now integers are represented by I or Z. I or Z, it represents the integers. Integers are nothing but collection of the whole numbers. That means from 0, those are the whole numbers, and these left hand side, these numbers are the negative of the natural numbers. Okay, so integers are the collection of whole numbers along with the negative of natural numbers. Understood? Now we will come to the concept of rational numbers. So rational numbers are nothing but fractions. Okay, the concept of rational numbers, it came from fractions. First we'll look at the definition. See, this is the definition given. So you'll take the notes, you will pause the video and you can take the notes. Okay, see, the numbers which can be expressed in the form of p by q. P by q means it is a fraction where p is the numerator and q is the denominator. Okay, so where p and q are integers means they can be either positive or negative. That means either positive integer or negative integer. Okay, and q is not equal to 0. Okay, q cannot be equal to 0. If the denominator is equal to 0, then the answer will be not defined. Yes or no? We will discuss. So those are known as rational numbers, and rational numbers are represented by capital Q. Capital Q is used to represent the rational numbers. Some examples are given, you can see here: 4, -7, 6/7, -5/8, and so on. See, now what we have discussed, rational numbers. Observe carefully. So rational numbers are written as P by Q, okay, where P is the numerator. All of you know in a fraction what are numerator and what are denominator, yes or no? So where P is the numerator and Q is the what? Q is the denominator. Okay, so P is the numerator and Q is the denominator. Understood? But Q can never be equal to 0. See, if Q is equal to 0, then what will happen? Suppose 5/0. 5/0. What will happen if it is 5/0? Then if we divide any number by 0, if we divide any number by 0, then what will happen? 5/0. A number when divided by 0, the answer is always equal to not defined. Okay, any number divided by 0, the answer is always equal to not defined. So if Q is equal to 0, if the denominator is equal to 0, then it cannot be a rational number. Understood? Otherwise every fraction is a rational number. What about 7? Is 7 a rational number? Yes, it is, because we can write 7 as 7/1. Okay, here 7, it is the value of P, and 1 is the value of Q, and we can see that here Q is not equal to 0. Understood? So it is a rational number. Another one is given, suppose root over 25. Now what will happen? Root over 25. So you can find the root over 25. Root over 25 means what? Root over 25 means 5, yes or no? And we can write 5 as 5/1. Okay, so it is a rational number. So my screen is not responding properly. Okay, so I think you can understand. Okay, great. So these things you have understood. Then next, what are positive and negative rational numbers? See, a rational number is positive if its numerator and denominator are both positive or both negative. That means in P by Q form, if P is positive, then Q must also be positive. Then it is a positive rational number. Or you can say if P is negative, then Q must also be negative. Then it is a positive rational number. Understood? And a rational number is negative if its numerator and denominator are such that one of them is positive and other one is a negative integer. Understood? So we'll take these notes. We'll pause the video and we'll take these notes. See, for example, I have given 3/-4. 3 by -4. Here you can see the numerator it is positive, but the denominator it is negative. Okay, the first one, 3/-4. The numerator is positive, but the denominator is negative, so it is a negative rational number. Understood? Then second one, it is given -6/7. -6/7. In this case, the numerator is negative, but the denominator is positive. Understood? So positive rational number means the numerator and denominator both should be either positive or either negative. Okay, and negative rational number means either the numerator will be positive, then the denominator would be negative. That means both the numerator and denominator would have different sign. Okay, one should be positive and other should be negative. Understood? Okay. Now we are going to study about equivalent rational numbers. So what are equivalent rational numbers? Equivalent rational numbers, they can be found out by one simple formula. So it is I have written here P by Q is equal to p into n divided by q into n. N means any number. Okay, it might be any non-zero integer. Understood? Either positive or negative. If we take positive number, then we'll multiply both numerator and denominator by the same number. Look, for an example, I'll discuss. Okay, let us take some questions only. We'll discuss some questions. You'll note down this questions. Wait. Okay. So first question, it is given. Find three equivalent rational numbers of minus 3 by 4. So we need to find three equivalent numbers of minus 3 by 4. How will we do? Minus 3 by 4 is given to us. We need to find three equivalent rational numbers. Simple. First step, what we'll do? Suppose number 1 we'll find. We will multiply both numerator and denominator by the same number. Suppose if I multiply the numerator by 2, I'll multiply the denominator by 2. So 1 will get as minus 6 by 8. Okay. Then second one, we'll multiply by 3. Any number you can take. If we multiply the numerator by 3, we will also multiply the denominator by 3. Okay, 3. So 3 3s are 9, so minus 9, 4 3s are 12. Okay, then this one is 1, this one is second. We need to find 3. Third one, multiply by any number. I'll multiply by 4. Numerator by 4, so denominator should also be multiplied by 4. So we know that 3 4s are how much? 12, and 4 4s are 16. So these three are the equivalent rational numbers of minus 3 by 4. Okay, minus 3 by 4. So these three are the equivalent rational numbers of minus 3 by 4. The second one, 5 by 6, you will practice at home. Okay, you will practice in your copy. This is your homework. You need to find three equivalent rational numbers of 5 by 6. Understood? Okay. Then next we are going to move on to standard form. Now what is a standard form? Standard form means, see, the definition is given here. A rational number is said to be in standard form if it is in its lowest terms. So we need to convert a rational number to its lowest term. Now how will you do that? Look, we'll take another question. Another question we'll take. So it is given, we need to express the given rational numbers in standard form. The first one I will do, second one you will do. Okay, it is given 45 by minus 70. First step, whenever you see the denominator is negative, here minus 70 is the denominator, so you just need to interchange the signs. That means you can simply write it as the numerator, you will make it negative minus 45, and the denominator will make it positive 70. Okay, next step, you need to find the HCF of 45 and 70. Now what is HCF? HCF you have studied in lower classes. HCF means highest common factor. Now how to find HCF? Have you forgotten or do you remember? 45 and 70. Both can be divided by 5. Yes or no? 5 9s are 45, then 3 3s are 9. Here 5 1s are 5, 5 4s are 20, then 2 7s are 14. Now what do you observe? What would be the HCF? The HCF means nothing but we'll take one common. Okay, so here 5 is the common factor of both the numbers. Understood? So HCF will be 5. Okay, since 5 is common in both factors, HCF would be 5, and we'll divide the numerator and denominator by 5. That means minus 45 divided by 5 and 70 divided by 5. So 45 divided by 5, how much? 9. Yes or no? We'll just write negative because minus 45. We know that 9 5s are 45. And 70 divided by 5 is equal to 14. 14 into 5. Wait. 14 into 5 is always 70. So 9 by 14 is your answer. Minus 9 by 14 is the standard form of 45 by minus 70. Understood? If you are a little bit confused, you can repeat the video, you'll understand. We need to find the HCF of the numerator and denominator. Then we will divide the numerator and denominator by the HCF. Understood? Okay. So this is about standard form. So for today, this much is enough, I think. So we will revise the class. What we have studied today: rational numbers, then about positive and negative rational numbers, then how to find equivalent rational numbers, and how to find the standard form of a rational number. Okay, you practice the questions. 2 questions I have given you. You'll practice at home. So this much for today. Thank you.